Foobar Sports is brought to us by Goalkeepers, FIFA's new line of contraceptive products. Goalkeepers, you can't win them all.
Not used by Cristiano Ronaldo.
Nope. That guy has more kids than shit, dude. Yeah. All right. Well, we haven't done a Foobar Sports because you've been quite busy yourself with not being on the pod. So you probably have, like I said before we started recording, a lot at the tip of your tongue here. But what did you want to cover, Josh?
Oh, Foo. Well, there's so much going on in sports. Namely, COVID just kind of slapped out its dick and smacked every single sport in the face. A bunch of dick slaps all over.
Yep.
Wet.
Exactly, Foo. Exactly. Yeah. That's how it felt, Foo.
Yeah.
Because over 100 players across all leagues have been been tested positive for COVID, which has caused several different postponements across all leagues. Particularly in the NBA first, the Bulls, almost half of their team pretty much is on COVID. Like, they had 10 players. It's only a 15-player roster. 10 players were out on COVID. So they had to cancel several of their games because of that, because they couldn't even field a team. And the Lakers were hit with a couple of players. LeBron was hit with a false positive. He ended up testing back-to-back and was able to come back. Same thing with Russell Westbrook. So
I wonder how that happens.
Yeah, that's what's strange, because it's happened across even some of the NFL, in the NFL too.
Yeah.
It's like they're getting a lot of false positives, and what's fucked up, it's like, bro, it's like the way that, like, for instance, for the NFL, if you get hit with a positive test, if you're vaccinated, you have to just take a back-to-back. You have to take consecutive COVID tests, and they have to be test negative consecutively for 24 hours in a 24-hour period. If you don't, then you can't play on Sunday, but you're allowed to play the following week. So it's really, you can only potentially miss one game. Now, if you're unvaccinated, which is the case for a lot of NFL players, they have to sit a mandatory 2 weeks from all team activities. Yeah. So they can't play at all for 2
practice.
Weeks. Or practice, yeah. So especially like if it's the star player, I think it happened to the Cowboys a couple of weeks ago with Amari Cooper, their star wide receiver. He was out for 2 weeks, and they were struggling without him because then their other receiver went down. So it ended up it's causing a domino effect, so much so that the Cleveland Browns, more than half of their starters ended up going on COVID, and the NFL had to postpone the Browns-Raiders game and move it to this upcoming Monday. So they'll be playing on Monday now. And then the same thing happened between the Washington football team. They ended up getting like 18 players on the COVID list. They moved that game from Sunday to Tuesday. So we're going to have we're going to have 2 games going on Tuesday. I believe the Seahawks and Rams, because the Rams were also hit with COVID. And then the Eagles and the Washington football team will all be playing on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy how much it's hit, and it kind of, because like a lot of these leagues, they need to fix their protocols. Like, how are they testing? They need to see, change it for, okay, what if someone's asymptomatic or false positive? Like, are you going to allow them to come back right away? So it's COVID hasn't left sports alone yet. We thought we were in the clear because we haven't really seen too many cases, but like right now during the holidays, all of a sudden we're just seeing a spike, not only in sports but pretty much all over the world. And it's kind of like, bro, everyone, we're not done yet. We're almost there, but let's be smart about this. All right, get your boosters and stuff. Yeah. That's what a lot of these leagues are now like promote. Like, get boosters.
Uh-oh, Josh, we're losing you, man. Anyway, speaking. Well, while we wait for what? Oh, are you back?
Can you hear me, Foos?
Nope.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but it's spotty at best. It's all glitchy and shit. Anyway, while we wait for his signal to get back, I was just gonna say that I got my booster, and when Josh gets back, I'll ask him about his if he got his. But That booster knocked me on my ass.
Yeah.
But it didn't affect you, right?
Oh no, I felt as if I got the second shot, so I felt like muscle fatigue and everything like that.
Yeah. But you saw I was dying.
You were actively like doubled over. Whereas I got the booster and the next day had to go back to work and just work through it.
Yeah,
Like,
I wasn't able to work through mine. So at least just kind of forewarning everybody. I'm not saying don't get the booster. Get the booster, but take the next day off.
Yeah, it's give yourself a break, take the next day off.
Yeah, or plan it where you'll know you won't have to do anything the following day. But have you gotten your booster there, Josh? It looks like you're back.
No, I have not. I have it scheduled, but every time I try to schedule it, they're only available for the day before I have to go back to work.
Jesus.
And just like you said, I'm trying to schedule it on a Sunday, so that way I know I don't have to go back to work the next day and I can just be sick at home. Like if I got to be sick at home on a day off, so be it. But I'm not trying to call out for work, man. Or even go into work feeling like shit. Because, dude, it's not fun.
No, it's not.
It isn't.
If you get a reaction like I did, Jesus Christ, dude. It fucks with you a little bit because at certain parts of the day, the body aches start to come down, and then you're like, oh cool, now I can go have a meal or something, and then a half hour later, boom, fucking you start feeling chills and body aches come all. Yeah, it's only for a 24-hour period, so just you don't have to take any more days off if you're a healthy individual. But
that's how you know it's working.
That's how you know it's working.
Yeah, my sister actually got hers this past week, or the week before, and yeah, that's exactly what she went through too. Like all day in the morning, she was just chills, sweating, and then like later in the afternoon, in the evening, she finally like broke her fever. But yeah, that's what I'm not looking forward to, because I did get sick like that after my second shot of COVID. So
well, the second one, I got those symptoms, but not like this booster. His booster was something else. It's crazy. But anyway, people in the NFL not getting boosters?
They're not even getting vaccinated.
There are some. Yeah, a lot of them still aren't getting vaccinated.
That's so scary.
I just don't get it. The material's out there. The information's out there. I don't understand it. I don't understand people.
You're trying to own the libs, dude.
Yeah, you're owning us, all right. Fucking trying to kill us with their own germ warfare.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, dude. But hey, you know what? I mean, to each his own. I ain't gonna judge people, but try and do the smart thing and the considerate thing. And, get vaccinated, or get a booster.
I find it ironic that these are the same people who would spew out something like "freedom isn't free." This is one of those instances where we all have to come together and kind of maybe acknowledge that, we can be more free if we leave that behind for a quick second so that we can get back to where we were pre-COVID times.
Like, people don't understand that this isn't a disease that's curable. It's something that we need to, everyone, build immunity for right now to push it away. So that way it won't come back right now. Like,
we need to keep it at bay.
We need to keep it at bay, and the only way to do that is for everyone to get a vaccination. So that way we're blocking it from spreading and growing, letting it go back to dormancy. Because that's all you can do with the flu. You can't cure a flu, but you can.
And you can get COVID if you're vaccinated, but you're not sneezing and coughing on everybody and spreading it more. Like somebody who
not.
The outlook is definitely better if you're vaccinated. No hospitalization, no severe reaction. So it actually works out in your benefit if you don't like getting sick.
So we would have more football games on schedule if more of these fucks would just follow protocol.
Just fucking exactly. Exactly. And I also too, who knows what they're doing? Like for instance, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, like fucking immunized. He was immunized. He wasn't vaccinated. They gave him an exemption for it, and then you got fuckers like Antonio Brown fucking getting a forged goddamn vaccination card, and getting ratted out for not paying your fucking cook $10,000. Like, pay your fucking people, man. You avoid fucking so many problems. You just fucking pay your debts, dog.
Stop pissing people off.
Yeah, stop pissing people off, man. Like, why you gotta be a nuisance?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I mean, again, people do what you got to do, but yeah, yeah. In other news, Foo, it's our fantasy update, Foo. The Dutchman League fantasy
Oh, good
update.
God.
The Foo has been eliminated. He is not
Dang.
playoff relevant at all. Why? Because his team sucked. The Foo did not draft well, and also he made a couple of poor trades. One to myself, actually, two of those trades to me. Actually, he fucked up not only once but twice. He traded with me. Helped my team though. I'm in the playoffs.
Nice.
I'm limping though. I'm limping against Little Puppet, which is my cousin Mondo.
Jesus.
Yes, but
Little puppet.
Little Puppet.
Is it now? Is he spelled little or is it Lil? Like
Lil
a
Puppet,
SoundCloud fucking rapper.
Like a DJ Foo, like
Yeah.
DJ Lil Puppet. See him in the San Francisco clubs every Sunday night between 11 and 1.
Right on.
I don't know if those are real hours. But yeah, Foo's the fantasy league has kind of taken a turn for some individuals. Just a lot of these with COVID hitting, a lot of players are out during the fantasy football playoffs, which is what started right now. So a lot of teams are being fucked over at the moment. My team is kind of struggling because I'm losing Lamar Jackson today. He's out with an ankle injury. And then a lot of big names like Christian McCaffrey went down for the year. This year in fantasy football has just been so weird because a lot of the top picks, I believe it's 6 out of the 10 top picks in the fantasy league are out on IR, like out for the year. And they went out for the year early. So it's kind of like, fuck, no one knew anything. No one got anything right because right now one of the best players in the league was drafted in the 2nd and 3rd round. So it's like, oh shit, okay, this guy's going to go top 10 next year now.
Yeah.
Like, so it's years like this is when you start to see the landscape change between who are the top players. And it's fun, but at the same time it's frustrating because now we got to fucking do more research. And god damn it, like, but it's worth it for the big payout at the end.
Yeah.
And then Foos, I'm gonna finish it off with this big news that I've kind of avoided talking about, or just not even talked about at all, and that's the MLB lockout. A lot of what's gone under the radar is the fact that MLB is on strike. There's no MLB right now. I mean, they're on off season anyway, but the owners locked out the players, and they're right now in negotiations for a new CBA. And I believe the owners want to do salary caps. They want to start changing back the salary scale because a lot of these contracts are getting ridiculous.
They're out of hand.
And so,
yeah,
getting out of hand. They want to bring in the universal DH, like that very much is on the table during these meetings. So it does not look like it's going to be ending anytime soon, and I don't think it's going to end before spring training. It may actually extend into spring training a little bit and possibly may end just right before the season. So we may get like a truncated season of baseball this year.
Again.
I would not be surprised. Yeah. So, a lot of these strikes, they kind of go on, and but let's hope that it's a nice and quick resolution, Foo. And that's pretty much all I got in sports, man. Again, it's a little more convoluted. There's a lot more like little stories happening nowadays than there are major. The major thing was just COVID.
Yeah.
COVID's kicking all our asses, Foo.
Well, hopefully 2022 will have a more positive outlook. Not likely, but we'll see what happens with all that. And that we get some baseball in spring, man. Because I've heard a few things in regards to that. There's a lot of moving parts, and more than I thought going into it. As soon as I started reading into it, so I don't know. We'll see what they decide or what kind of shit has gone down when we return in a few weeks from now, January 10th. And yeah, man, I think that's gonna do it for sports. So Everybody stick around for music highlights. The music highlights is brought to us by Bald Patch. Need a new band name? Get in touch with the good people at Bald Patch, and they'll have one to you in seconds right off the top of their head.
Reconsider, Foo.
Yeah, thanks. Let's see here. I brought in 3 new songs from the first 2 are from actually all 3. We've played these bands on the Foobar show before. The first one is by one of my favorite new artists called his name is Sam Fender, and this is out of his album, his deluxe album 17 Going Under, and this song in particular is the title track of that album, 17 Going Under. So, like, they actually talk about what the hell happened that night, too, in this song, which, you don't, in these homages that you get with people who pass away, you don't get so many details in song lyrics, but that first song in that Dirty album, they talk about what happened, and they talk about how they feel about how, when that happened. So, and that whole Sonic Youth album, it's pretty good. I haven't heard it in years. So if you like that kind of weird alternative, even for its time, it was more alternative than most other alternative rock music in those early Lollapalooza days. Sonic Youth is the band you want to check out, for at least particularly to check out the rest of the lyrics for that in this instance when they talk about Joe Cole. But we might even shake up the music highlights in 2022. We'll see what happens with that. I have a couple of ideas I want to pitch to you guys, see what you guys think about that. But let's see, is there anything else that we wanted to talk about, Josh, before we end 2021 on the podcast? Actually, let me cap this off with... There we go. Anything else you want to talk about there, Joshy boy?
Nah, Foo. I think... just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year, everyone. And we will definitely not be hearing from you until then.
Yeah, likewise, man. Fucking ditto. Steph?
Stay safe. Keep your body clean. And you know what to do. So do it.
Do it.
All right, well... All right, everybody. Well, if that's gonna do it, the only advice I have for you is don't be a dick. That's really all I got to say about all of that. So let me.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, just don't fucking be a dick. I'm trying to find my notes here. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Thank you all very much for listening into the Foobar Show. Remember to hit subscribe and be sure to rate, review, and tell a friend like a champ. You can always get in touch with us and get our swag at foobarshow.com. That's FOOBarshow.com. And search FOO Bar Show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out, drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. I've been Josie.
I've been Josh.
And Steph.
Signing off for 2021, saying, don't be